Hey Canada, Brian Kelly here, ready to give you a program update leading into a really busy summer in 2017. I'm joined on my right here by the chairman of the Board of Directors for Rugby Canada, Tim Powers. Tim, let's start things off. We're here at the HSBC Canada Women's Sevens. It's been a great event in BC Place and now in Langford. How exciting is the growth of sevens from your perspective?
Well, look at the sun. It's all sunny. It's great, actually. From what we saw in the Canada Sevens in Vancouver, first to start with that, record crowds, record revenue, all of which gets reinvested back into rugby. Our team played well and enthusiastically. They did much better afterwards, but it set them up nicely to win going forward. And here today in Langford, again, great crowds. Our team moving on into the medal rounds. Couldn't be happier. We're on the right trajectory with both of our sevens programs as we head towards the Olympics in Tokyo in 2020. A good first year in preparation for that for both squads.
Canada's men's team, in the first time in 140 tournaments, they won the gold in Singapore. There was a lot of talk earlier in the year around them losing their funding. What does that mean for them, and what does it mean moving forward now that they've lifted that trophy?
Well, it's hard to argue that you shouldn't fund a team that wins, and they did win. They have proved that they can deal with a lot of adversity. They lost their Own the Podium program funding. I think you'll see next year that we'll go back and look to reapply. But it helps when you win because also other corporate sponsors come forward. But full credit to the team, the staff. They have shown that they can deal with adversity. They've bounced back strongly. An 8th place finish on the circuit and a qualification automatically for the Rugby World Cup. That's a great way to pick yourself up off the mat.
Switching over to 15s, both of our programs having big summers ahead. Let's start with the men. 2-game series in Alberta against Georgia and then Romania, and then those 2 big games marked on everyone's calendars, Hamilton, Tim Hortons Stadium on June 24th and July 1st in San Diego. What are your thoughts leading into these, and how is the team going to really rally leading into those 2 big games for the qualifiers?
We know the ARC series was tough in terms of wins and losses, and there was a lot of outcry from the public, a lot of passionate debate, and that's welcome. I always encourage that. I think we've learned lessons from the ARC series. I think everything that can be done to prepare for these qualifiers is being done. A specialist defense coach, players have gone to New Zealand to get ready who will have key roles in this. Extra warm-up games, all brought forward, a pretty healthy squad of players coming in. Never underestimate the Americans. They've had our number for the last few years, but I think our team is going to be as ready as they can for those 2 World Cup qualifiers, and they're going to be hard-fought, tough games in Hamilton and San Diego.
And now over to our ladies. Canada's women's team are departing next Wednesday for a 3-game series in New Zealand. How important are those games to build into the World Cup in Ireland?
Well, you talk about a team getting proper build-up. You cannot but be impressed with this group. Many of them came here themselves, centralized themselves in British Columbia to train together. They've had their best pre-World Cup tour schedule before. Playing the toughest teams of the tournament before you get there lets you know where you stand before you get to Ireland. I think they're in very good shape to contend for the World Cup title in Belfast at the end of August, and I know the whole country will be behind them. When they went on that run in 2014, they lit the country alive with a passion for 15s rugby, and then the women did it again, of course, at the Olympics last year. Canadians love women's rugby, and they're going to have a whole host of emotional support with them.
And now finally, switching about 200 meters to my left here, we have the brand new Algeron Rugby Canada National Training Centre. What's the latest update, and when are we having a celebration party to open it?
Well, Algeron and I work together in the same office in Ottawa, and he's got a camera. He uses the camera, the live stream, to look at the project every day. So if we're not going fast enough, I can tell you I hear a lot about it. But under the good stewardship of Keith Gillum, who was overseeing the project, we should be open sometime in the fall. And Brian, we might even invite you to the party.
Well, looking forward to it. There you have it. So that's an update on all of our national programs. You can always tweet at Tim Powers. He's always ready to answer your questions.
At Powers Tim. The other guy's a lawyer. You don't want him getting all my email.
Thanks very much, everyone. Looking forward to a busy summer for Rugby Canada.